Hello and welcome to the weather update. It is 9 p.m. February 27th, 2021. And we had some more rain today, of course, so we're going to go over that. We're going to I forgot to set this up. So let's do this. Let's start with our rainfall amounts, and then we'll get to everything. We'll look at the observations first of all. And you'll see temperatures are in the mid-40s. Mild night, and it actually warmed up quite a bit today, so I'll actually have to go over the highs. And I know I didn't do a weather update yesterday. I was hoping to do one yesterday. I just totally forgot about it with the railroad stuff going on. And, because yesterday we've been overperforming with the temperatures, so we're going to go over that. But right now, temperatures are in the mid-40s. And looking at our satellite, we got some cirrus around, but the skies we got some sunshine after the rain, and actually got quite mild because of that. So let's go and take a look at we'll start with the high temperatures, and then we'll go ahead and look at the precipitation amount. So the high temperatures today were in the 50s across Long Island, low 50s. Islip got up to 54 degrees. So, yeah, a lot warmer than I was expecting today. And the city, let's see what the city was. 50 at Central Park and Toms River in southern New Jersey. Probably even warmer than that. Yep, 57. 57 degrees was the high at Miller Air Park. So quite a warm day across the area. Most of the snow is gone except for the piles at this point. So that's the good news about all this warmth. It finally got rid of all the snow. Now we're going to look at how much rainfall we got today as well. I don't think it was that much. Let's move this back to midnight, and we'll see how much we got. About a half an inch of rain across the area. A little less out on the east end, but generally half an inch across the island. That's got to be an erroneous amount there, 1.15. And unless I can find another amount that's around that's higher, I don't think that 1.15 that is in Locust Valley is correct. It's possible, but I don't think so. In Jersey, a little less, more like a quarter of an inch of rain. So it's been a wet February, which we're going to talk about a little bit, but we still have one more day of February to go. And then we're going to be in March, so I guess I can wait until March until we get into that. We'll also look at the minimum temperature as well, the low last night, and lows were generally in the upper 30s last night. To get some more detailed information, because I know we didn't do weather updates on Thursday or Friday, we're going to look at the observation. No, I don't want Shirley. Let's go to West Hampton. So I'll show you. Let's do the 3-day history. All right. So the 26th was yesterday, and we had clear sky. We had some cirrus around, but let's see the highs. Yesterday actually turned out to be cooler. So because there was a sea breeze. So the high was only 42, but if we go to Thursday, we got up to 49 at West Hampton, so quite a warm day. That was the day we went to the Pine Barrens, of course, and that was quite a warm day. I was not expecting to get that warm. And then overnight, though, it got cold. It did drop down to 17, so... but yeah, it was definitely overperformed that day. We weren't expecting Thursday to be as warm as it was. But it turned out to be a lot warmer. You noticed that I posted that we did overperform, and a look at the high temperatures that day. And it was even warmer in Jersey that day. We'll go to that too, because that was quite a remarkable overperformance of temperatures. And it still managed to get up to 46 yesterday, and 47 actually yesterday in Toms River. And let's see, that Thursday it got up to 50. And then it dropped down to 23 in the morning there at the air park. So not quite as cold as West Hampton. West Hampton is the king of radiational cooling. I'll put it that way. We'll also go over Islip, because I do have to go over the weather the past couple of days. And then yesterday at Islip, it got up to 43. And the day before, the Thursday, we did the hike. It got up to 48. And then, you know, and then it got cooled down at night to the 20s, upper 20s. But, yeah, it was quite a day there. It was quite a lot warmer than we all expected. We thought it was going to be more like 44, like maybe 43 or 44. And it's Thursday just turned out to be much warmer than expected. So we've done kind of looking at the past weather here. We can look at the... I mean, I wasn't going to do it, but I'll do it tomorrow. We'll look at the rainfall for Central Park. Well, we'll look at it now because obviously they're not going to have the monthly report out. So I'm just curious because I want to see what... So we'll go to Central Park, a daily climate report, and look at the amount of rainfall that has fallen at Central Park. So month to date, 4.91 in liquid equivalent. Normal is 2.97. So we are almost a full 2 inches above normal for precipitation at Central Park for the month. So that's quite remarkable. And we'll also look at islip as well. I don't think the difference is quite as drastic at islip. Month to date, it's 3.99, and the normal is 3.12. So not quite as dramatic of a difference, but it's been a wet February. So when the month is over, we're going to see that those numbers are going to be pretty high, indeed, and it's going to be quite quite a departure from normal, I think, for precipitation. So this is the satellite, and you'll see some more clouds rolling in. That's because it's going to be raining again tomorrow, and unfortunately, this time the rain will be beginning in the afternoon and lasting through the evening. So let's go to the CONUS view, and you'll be able to see here. This is our next system here that will be coming our way. And looking at the radar, you'll see here is the rain showers already over parts of Missouri into Kentucky. And that will be all moving in our direction. So let's go take a look at the models and see where this all stands and our next system here. And we'll first start with tomorrow into the Tuesday, and then we'll go to the upper air and look more at the longer range forecasts. But right now, let's go to our next rainfall event. This is the 18Z GFS, which we'll start off with here. So we start off dry tomorrow, but the rain moves in by the afternoon. It's going to be steady and kind of heavy, and it's going to be lingering into probably at least the first half of Monday until it finally moves out of the way. So some of this rain will wind up falling probably in March. So we won't be able to add it to the February totals. But when we look at the total amount of rainfall, we will see here. Let's go to the total accumulated precip, and you will see it could be another inch at least of rain for our area again. So some of this is probably going to fall in March. But I think Central Park has a good chance of possibly getting to maybe 6 inches before of liquid equivalent before the month is up, depending on when this all moves in. So let's go back to this, and we'll go looking at some of the shorter range models like the NAM 12. And we have 28 hours of the NAM 12. That is not going to be enough for the 0Z, so we'll have to go back to the 18Z. So here is the NAM 12, and you will see here the rain move into the area starting around probably 1, 2 o'clock, and we're going to get a good batch of some showers here, and that's going to linger right through probably 7, 8 o'clock, probably light rain thereafter, and then there's another wave of rain that's going to come in around Monday morning. That will then move out by probably the afternoon. So we're going to be dealing with 2 little hits of rain here, which show up better on the NAM 12 than anything else. And you will see here that we will go ahead and look at the total accumulated precip, and you will see again that there will be a good, probably at least another inch of rain. And there's a little swath of maybe close to 2 inches that's over the southern part of New Jersey. So that is definitely going to be, again, this has been such a wet, so many storms this month. Let's go to the HRRR. That'll be the next one. We'll go ahead and look at the 0Z HRRR, which is the highest resolution model we have. They're really the best model we have to look at when this rain is going to start. And you'll see HRRR a little bit later, maybe more like 2 or 3, that we're going to have this rain. It doesn't look all that heavy on the HRRR, and it kind of, you get a little break, maybe a little light rain and drizzle, and then the heavier batch with the cold front will probably start arriving Monday morning. HRRR not quite as impressive as the NAM with the rain, and I have a feeling as a result these numbers will going to be a lot lower, and they are. So HRRR doesn't really give us all that much rain. It gives us maybe, if we're lucky, on Long Island and New York, a half an inch. Keeps the inch-plus stuff over the southern half of New Jersey. So it's kind of interesting that there is now a departure. This could be an anything goes game, really. I mean, with this rain. For some reason, it's keeping us a little drier on Long Island and New York City and north and east. But you can see that there's a heavier batch. So I guess the HRRR is thinking that this area of heavier rain will be more focused to the south. I don't know. I really don't. This is going to be hard to say. What is going to be right here is going to be hard to say. But it's going to rain. Bottom line is, but the HRRR definitely seems to give us a lot less of it for whatever reason, and because it has the frontal area a little more to the south. Not really believing that. I think the NAM is going to be. The NAM's had a pretty good track record with things. So now that we've looked at that, I guess we will go over and start looking at the temperatures. And because it's been warm, but the temperatures are going to change. It will be warm tomorrow as well. We'll see highs. This is the HRRR forecast. The temperature is definitely getting well up into the 40s, maybe 50 degrees. Then it drops off at night, and you could see this front. But before the front passes, we're going to have some warmth, and I think we'll definitely shoot up to 50 again on Monday, possibly, and probably 50 or better in New Jersey before the cooler air starts coming in. And you'll see here on the last, this would be 7 o'clock Monday night. Temperatures are already dropping into the 30s. You can look at the NAM 12 as well with that. The 18Z run of that, and you'll see that temperature drop. Here's that temperature drop that we're going to get. So we start off again. NAM is a little cool for Sunday. I don't know if it's going to be quite that cool. And then Monday we shoot up probably to 50, and then the cold air comes in, and we will be below freezing once again by Tuesday morning. And if we go back to the GFS here, you will see this is a pretty hefty cold front and a pretty cold air mass that'll be coming in. So we'll get one little bit of cold here Tuesday morning. Here you go. Temperatures in the 20s, and then we recover to probably the low 30s. And it's going to be quite blustery on Tuesday. And then as the high builds in, you will see the temperatures. Well, actually, we will go. That'll be more in the long-range discussion here as we go a little beyond Tuesday. We'll move this back over here, and we will go ahead and look at the CONUS view again. So we'll bring this back to the CONUS view. Do that. Where is the thing? Regions. So you see what happens here. There's that storm front. Big high builds in. You can see the tight pressure gradient. So I want to go to this view over the northeast. So it's going to be a lot of wind on Tuesday. It's going to be kind of windy and feeling quite cold. And then that high stays over us for Wednesday. And this storm system, the GFS wants to suppress this way to the south on Wednesday, way to the south, with the strong blocking pattern still in place. And we get over that, and that's why we need to look at the upper air. So let's change the region again and look at the North American view. So you see that deep. So we got the ridge, that deep trough comes in, brings in the cold air for Tuesday. You can see that block in Greenland. There it is, still there. So that's going to help suppress the next system to the south. And you will see another trough that's stay in a northwest flow right into next weekend. And then we get into some ridging. And a deep trough by the middle of March. This is the indication on the GFS that, again, the west would get that trough, and we would be in this ridge getting quite warm as we get into mid-March. Looking at the European model, here's the European model. Similar idea here. All right. Here's Tuesday. Keeps us in the troughiness. But it could have a storm, possibly. You see the reflection of what could be a storm on the weekend there. But you'll notice it stays off. It looks like it would stay off to the south on the European here. Again, with that strong blocking pattern. So they disagree on just how strong it's going to be. If we go and we look into the long range, well, I'll do that toward the end of this video. Into the Climate Prediction Center. So now that we've looked at that, let's go back to the surface and back to the GFS. And we'll see how the surface goes. So again, here comes that high. Gives us nice weather. We have Tuesday's cold, but I think Wednesday we'll see warmer temperatures. This system gets suppressed to the south. Strong blocking, but as we know, we have to be cautious of this because the GFS sometimes can overdo the blocking. And so this storm could maybe affect us Sunday. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it stays away so we can get into a nice dry pattern because, like I said, we've been so stormy and wet the whole month of February. And hopefully that stays away and we have dry weather for next weekend. With another nice high building in, giving us more nice weather. And we go, and this is as far out as it'll go. But hopefully. But again, things can change. And it's we have to keep that in mind. We can look at the Canadian model. That is the other. We can look at the other long-range models and see how they show what's going to happen. So again, here comes that high, cold air for Tuesday. Look at how tight those isobars are, very windy and blustery. Wednesday, less blustery. This storm gets suppressed to the south. But look at the Canadian. This one wants to take this storm a little closer to us. Now, of course, this is the Canadian, and it really cranks up a powerhouse here. This would be, again, for Sunday. And again, this is the Canadians' bias to do that kind of thing. And it comes close. It stays suppressed, and hopefully it stays offshore because we don't need, if this were to go up the coast, this could be a big snowstorm, and we don't want any more of that white crap around. We've had enough of it. We've finally gotten rid of it. All right, let's look at the icon here. And similar, this storm is a little closer on the icon. You can see that. This would be probably too warm for snow on this one. If that were to affect us. And that's as far out as I got on the ICON model. The European model, obviously, we don't have those kind of parameters on the European model. European model seems to take, it looks like it takes a low right over us on although this is this weekend. So we got to look at next weekend. All right, there's that storm system. But again, it does suppress it offshore as well. So hopefully it stays down south where it belongs because we don't want any more storms. We want it dry. It's enough already. But again, you can't control the weather. All we can do is predict it, or at least try to predict it. So let's go take a look at a closer look at our region once again. Now that we've gone over all that stuff, let's go look at the temperatures. And we'll go back into this. So temperatures as we get into Tuesday, like I said, we got that cold air. But Wednesday we see recovery. I think we'll see recovery, and temperatures will actually warm up quite nicely. I think we'll have highs in the mid, actually could be 50 degrees. And then for Thursday, you can see a little colder there with that next front trying to come through. Here comes the next front. And then we're cold again for Friday. Highs probably back only in the mid to upper 30s. And so next weekend, if that's with that suppressed storm track, we would have highs in being pretty chilly in the mid-30s, which is definitely below normal, especially Sunday. Look at Sunday. And again, if these storm systems stay suppressed, we'll just have cold sunshine, which, of course, is the perfect kind of weather that we like, at least for winter, which it is still winter. So let's go, and we'll go a little further than that, actually. Let's go a little further than that. So as we get into next week, you'll see with that ridge, we'll have much, much warmer temperatures, and 60s, maybe 70s indicated on some of these days, perhaps. So some real spring-like warmth would materialize by the mid-March, according to the GFS. So if we do get pounded by snow, it would melt. It would be gone by then anyway, but hopefully not. So let's take a look at the skies. On the GFS, we'll start with that. Obviously, we're going to have clouds around tomorrow, clouds around Monday. Tuesday, we break out into a mostly sunny day, I think. though it's indicating a little tongue of possible lake effect here that may affect us Tuesday. As crazy as that is, Wednesday will be mostly sunny. Be clear skies and mild. And then for Thursday, probably some high clouds, but still some sunshine. Friday, we're mostly clear. Saturday is that still to the south. May have some instability, cloudiness. Sunday, we are clear and very cold. And then same for Monday. So if this suppressed pattern we're going to have a nice string of weather coming up. A nice string of weather with that suppressed pattern. So hopefully we get that, because that's what we need. We were supposed to get that time and time again. That suppressed pattern was going to bring us the plunge the last time, and it didn't happen now. We're not going to have a bitter cold plunge like we could have had a couple of weeks ago, but it's still going to be way below normal. And when we look at the temperature anomaly chart, which we're going to do in a minute. So let's go look at the NAM. All right, we got to go to the NAM. This is the NAM 3 for the skies. And you can see plenty of clouds around for Monday. Maybe a little sun in the late afternoon before it sets. It would be this is as much as I got for Tuesday. So not really going to show you enough for Tuesday. Let's go look at the RGM. The RGM gives us a clear day on Tuesday. And like I said, doesn't really go far enough out for Wednesday for us to see. Generally speaking, we'll get our next good sunny day should be Tuesday, although it will be cold. So let's go back to the CONUS view, and we'll go to the GFS temperature anomaly chart for the nation. And then we'll go to the CPC. So you can see above normal, much above normal for Monday, and then we go below normal for Tuesday. And Wednesday, we're above normal again. We go above normal. And then we'd have that cold air coming in again for Friday, below normal. Friday right through the weekend, below normal to significantly below normal. But then as we get to the middle of the month, we get this really huge ridge in the east. It's going to just bake us. We're going to have way, way above normal records, possibly record set if this were to verify. Of course, this is the final day of the GFS run. But you could see huge ridge in the east and a trough in the west with much below normal weather in the west, if that were to verify. If it were to verify, of course. It is the long range, but it looks like the west will really get into the really cold air. And at the surface, this would indicate, if we look at the actual temperatures here, you can see temperatures are below normal in the west, and then look at the warmth going right up the east coast there. All right. And you'll notice a little dampness in the air, too. We'll look at the dew points as well. You'll notice a little dampness in the air as well. So let's go to dew points. Dew points. Where are the dew points? I should remember where they are. I haven't looked at them in a while. So you notice, a little dampness in the air. But that's going away tonight, and it should stay away. Maybe you get a little bit of it at Monday morning before it's gone for good, and we're getting that nice dry air. Look at that low dew points. Dew points in the single digits. So it's going to be some cold, dry air that's going to be moving in. It should give us some nice skies, hopefully. Another nice day of nice skies. So, Climate Prediction Center be the last bit of this. So let's go to the Climate Prediction 6 to 10 day outlook, and the 6 to 10 day outlook. You'll notice that the East Coast is just normal, way above normal in the middle, and the West Coast would be below normal. And then as far as precipitation goes, we're drier than normal, so this is good. This is indicating we're going to get a break from all these storms and this precipitation. For the 8 to 14 day, the whole eastern part of the country is above normal, and that's showing on that GFS. And precipitation, we're in between the above normal in the upper Great Lakes and the Great Lakes, and then the below normal in the south. So probably assume near normal for the 8 to 14 day as far as the precipitation goes. I could look at the 1 month outlook too, which is gives us also above normal temperatures, and there's the precipitation as well. Now, we have other news that we've got to talk about. I know we have a lot to cover in this weather update, and AccuWeather has reported that a big chunk of ice has broken free. Let's see if I can find it. I know we got this big chunk of ice. All right, let's see. Ice shelf. Let's see. Ice shelf news. Let's see. Iceberg larger than New York City breaks off the Antarctic ice. So this is what it's broken off the Antarctic ice. So a huge iceberg. All right, well, continue without. Oh, shut up. Freaking ad block again. You know, there's such a pain with that. Really. Come on, just let me see the damn article already. So, here we go. So a huge iceberg has broken off the Brent ice shelf in Antarctica. So this is a chunk of ice 20 times bigger than Manhattan. So this is another sign of climate change, folks. That's another sign of climate change, and that takes me to the next bit in this weather update. Like I said, we have a lot to cover. Let's go to the NSIDC and take a look at the latest on the North Pole. And you will see sea ice processing errors. So there are errors going on. So I'm not sure what's going on here. This was as of February 26th, so I guess we're having issues with the data. But this would be the last pot observation. You can see the blue line, which is this winter, well below, record low sea ice, which is very concerning. And this, again, would be, very low sea ice. So this is all just signs of what the climate is going through here. But as of February 26th, we have no more observations. So there's processing errors. What a time to have processing errors. We can also look at the Greenland Sea. Saying Antarctica today has improved. They're saying processing used for Greenland today. Low melt so far for Antarctica, although they had a crack. But this is, why am I looking at, this is Greenland. Why are we not seeing Greenland ice sheet? I don't know. I clicked on Greenland and I'm getting Antarctica, so I don't know what's going on with that. But bottom line is, when you look at this data, it's not good. It just continues to show what's happening as the climate changes and why we need to do something about it. And, you know, part of it is improving public transportation, but we all know the MTA and Governor Cuomo wants to actually put a lot of extra greenhouse gas in the air by forcing people into their cars by cutting transportation. But we covered that last night. So that's going to be it for this weather update. But we all know that all of what we do on this planet affects what happens in the atmosphere, and we need more people using less fossil fuel, not more fossil fuels. So. But apparently, like I said, in New York, you know, they'd rather actually encourage people to drive. And let me tell you, these changes with the railroad are a disaster, and it will definitely have a major negative impact on the environment if these Long Island Railroad schedule changes come to pass. And hopefully they don't. It's up to us to stop them, because we got to get involved and demand that these don't happen. So that's going to be it for this weather update. And remember, it's always about the environment and the weather and taking care of this planet, and we need to do a much better job at that. And shame on New York State for New York State may be run by Democrats, but when it comes to the environment, it's almost like we have a Trump as our governor. That's what it is. And, you know, if you don't believe me, we can actually do this. Cuomo and Trump, they've actually supported each other in the past. I know I'm getting off topic here, but they have. Cuomo is a mini Trump. Here you go. Cuomo is a mini Trump. It's always been obvious to anyone who's been paying attention. So you know what? I'm going to be posting this link to this article in my community posts. But other than that, that's going to wrap up this weather update. I know we went off the rails a little bit toward the end, but this all affects the environment. And when you're cutting mass transportation and you're putting more people into your cars, that directly puts more greenhouse gases into the air, which contributes to climate change. So thank you, Governor Cuomo, for contributing to climate change. You have done almost as much. Well, I wouldn't say because you're not the president. You only run one state. But as far as what you've done to the environment in New York State is tantamount to what Trump has done to the environment in the United States. And you and Trump both need to be behind bars. You're a disaster for the environment. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. I've rambled on, and I'm sorry about that. Have a great night, everybody.